How many of you have made videos for your students? Oh, this is great. Now you can teach me because I don't know. Here it goes. So 5 years ago, I was teaching my first online class. And I kept thinking, how do you do this online thing? They can't see you, they can't hear you. I know. So I went over to e-learning and they showed me this thing called Camtasia, and they did my first video lecture. I put it inside of Moodle, and at the end of the semester, it had 9 views. There were 18 students in the class, 9 views. Moodle allows you to look at the logs. 3 students actually looked at it. 3 out of 18. The class is offered once every other year, every 2 years. So in another 2 years, this video will sit there, waiting for the next round of Moodle for students to see it out of 18 students, another 3 students. So I put it on YouTube. I will say, and this doesn't mean much of anything, it is the most viewed video lecture on the topic on YouTube. The blue line you see there is called the Lewis model. And it has about 35,000 views. Most of the views on a given day come out of India. Have you heard of India? These 4 videos are in a class that I teach called Economic Development, or Third World Economies. So most of the views of my videos come out of India. India has 1.3 billion people. I need India badly. The problem is that since my video came out, and it surpassed the one that was there before, in the past year, there's like 8 new videos on this topic. Some of the comments people would ask me is, can you do it in Hindi? No, I can't do it in Hindi. So there are now videos on the Lewis model in Hindi, with Indian professors and their saris and speaking the language. One of the things you'll notice as you look at the data, and I'm going to move pretty quickly here, is the peaking and the troughing. So right now, this is 2 days ago. There's nobody watching that video because everybody's on summer vacation. But last year this time, or a few weeks before that, it was at 1,300 views. It was in high demand. So you can see the peaking and the troughing, which tells you when there's a test in a given part of the world. These are global data, and they have the data broken up by country because YouTube lets you do that. But suffice it to say, my videos are no longer as popular as they used to be because you see that this year, they're at a lower peak than they were last year because it said there's all this extra competition. I teach economics, so I'm aware that if somebody sets up a shop next door to yours selling exactly the same product and they're cuter, expect to lose half your customers. That's okay. The video is a bad video. It was the first I'd ever done. I had no idea what I was doing. It would make sense that 5 years later, people are doing a much better job using fancier technology. So I expect all these products to die. 100% of people die. I expect them to die. The question is, do I make new videos on new topics? Or do I let younger people, better looking people continue to do this, and I just fade to black, no pun intended. I'm okay with that because I have 5 more years left in my career, then I retire, go back to Barbados, house on the beach, every single day. I'll invite you to come too. So why did I say that? I can tell you what happens, I can tell you when there's a test in a given country because Google does that too. They can tell you when a disease is broken out in a certain part of the country because the Google searches for that thing. So I have an idea as to what people are looking for. Anyway, that's my big picture. The thing I've noticed most, and if you'll give me an idea of the time so I don't run over, not urgently because I will take all the time you give me, but anyway. What I've noticed over the past few years is that people have switched from computers to smartphones. So what you see here, the numbers are hard to look at, so here's what it looks like in graphic form. Over the past 3 years, the decline in computer usage for the various models there you see, and this is a smartphone. The numbers need to add up to 100%, so if one is declining, the other should increase. Actually, there's more than a smartphone and computer. There's tablets, and there's TV, and there's a... Between the 2 of these, if I back up one more time, and you add these numbers, 47 and 49 are 96. 52 and 45 are 97. 97% of the views of the videos are on 2 devices. So just an FYI, in case you care. So that's what it looks like. Easier to see, so I can keep moving. For the top video I talked about, here are the data broken out by country, the top countries, in terms of the length of viewing of the videos. This is the reason you came. Because what I show you here is that over time, people are viewing the videos for shorter and shorter periods of time. Now YouTube has a little thingy, a wheel, where you can double speed the video. With my accent, nobody will ever understand. Now they will close caption the video. Please don't turn on the closed captioning on any of my videos because I'll be swearing, I'll be saying things that I'm embarrassed to say because it doesn't pick up my accent well enough. Anyway, suffice it to say, please forgive me for saying that. I'm a preacher in my other life, so I should have said that. But anyway, those are what the data look like by country. Easier on the eyes. Here's what the numbers show you. Average length of viewing of these videos are like 4 minutes 4 years ago. In India, it's down to 1 minute. What on earth is going on? I would like to say that attention spans are declining, because I heard somebody say that. They said there's a Microsoft study that says that the goldfish attention span is 9 seconds, and the average human being's attention span is now 8 seconds. They have shorter attention spans than goldfish. Now there's a problem with that study, but anyway, that's what they say. But if the attention spans are declining, if you get distracted more readily, it's not because your brain has changed, it's because you have more technology. When you see a video on YouTube, and there's 10 other videos on the side there, are you paying attention to the thing that you typed it? No. You think, what is that? Let me go there, I'll come back to the, maybe. No, you never, have you ever gotten lost in the internet? You went looking for one thing and you never came back. What was that? Thankfully, the search term is somewhere in your history so you can figure out what you were looking for. But anyway, that's what the pattern looks like for that model. And it's by country, so you'll see broad strokes. In general, it's not only in India that people are having shorter attention spans, it's all over the world. The South African numbers are a little surprising, but you see the pattern. Big picture. Let me keep moving here. What does this say? So I broke it out by computer and mobile phone, just to see if there's any difference. Again, looking at numbers is crazy. Looking at a picture is easier. Same story, same nonsense, different day. Well, same day actually. Apart from the South African data on that first model, again you see the generalized pattern. Whether it's computer or smartphone, for both devices, the average viewing times are increasing. Here's the second model I put on YouTube. This has the second most number of views of all videos on this topic. Obviously, again, it will die one day. This is what the big picture looks like. This is a different product than the one we saw earlier. And here's what the data looks like, computer, mobile phone. I think you'll agree, if you can take the South African numbers out for some reason, that there's a generalized idea that we are watching these videos for a shorter period of time. I need your help in a couple of minutes. So the third model, this has the most views of any video on this particular topic. I'll call it the lead-in product, but one day it will die. Again, on this product you see the same pattern, and broken out by, what's wrong with South Africa? So that's what I intended to talk about before my title was switched to draw you in, so I'm glad you're here. That over time, it looks as though across major regions of the world, there's a general decline in viewing times. And there's a shift towards mobile phones for viewing academic content. All of these are academic in one course, and most of the viewing is in India, or much of the viewing is in India. So I think you get a sense as to what I intended to talk about. Shorter viewing times, mobile phone viewing, and a generalized decline in viewing times. What I was asked to do is to tell you, therefore in the future, here's what you need to do if you want people to engage for longer periods of time. That horse is dead, dismount. Shorter attention spans can be lengthened by Professor Coppin or Addington Coppin knowing what to do, because I don't know what to do. You know more than I do about how to engage people to watch a video for a longer period of time. Some of it is camera tricks. Some of it is stunts. Some of it is dancing. I can't do any of that. I'm not good looking. I can't dance. I can't lengthen your viewing of a video. I can make different videos on topics that I think people want to hear, again, academic. But after a while, like any product, obsolescence will set in. So I added a few more to my repertoire and watch them take off and then watch them fade to black again. It's going to happen, I accept that. So what is my recommendation? What did I intend to say? I intended to say that the content creator must think about the content user. Start with the end in mind. But in my first video, it was just me blabbing into my computer, hoping that my students will hear my voice and get past the accent and figure out that this guy is trying to bring a presence to an online class. I no longer think like that. I keep thinking, it's not my students who are watching the video. Because if 3 out of 18 are going to actually click on it, and the others are going to read the book. Last year I made a presentation, and I said, the rest read the book. And the professors in the classroom said, are you sure they read the book? And there was raucous laughter in the room, so it's like, that's good, yeah. What was my recommendation last year? Well, you've got to find a way to make the video more attractive, more interesting. So I said shorter videos, and because they're viewing it on a small screen, you have to think about what they can see on a small screen so they don't veer away. Nowadays when I make a video, I think about what to say for the first sentence. I never used to think about that. I used to drone on and then edit it out. Now I keep thinking, how do I grab their attention? I think like a TV producer now. I think like an entertainment guy. But I don't have any experience with that. Let me summarize and then open the floor. If you're going to make a video on a particular topic, and only 3 out of your 18 students are going to watch it, why not think about how to make the topic general enough so that people all over the world can access it, even if they do this? You get past that, have lots of views, and I say, you know what? Grow up. How do you stand up, speak up, and shut up in a way that people feel as though that was worth my 1.5 minutes of time? Maybe what I've said in the past is that maybe you make 2 videos. A short one to draw them in, and then you put a link saying, if you want to see more, go here. Nobody will ever do that. But you got to think, okay, Cliff Notes version. Maybe. How do you communicate? So now thinking about how to become a communicator. Shorter videos, thinking about what I'm going to say ahead of time, starting with the end in mind, and recognizing there are only 5 more years till I retire.